Nate, how do people go from living unhealthy to healthy? Where do you start? What took you from fat 7 months ago to now being an absolute shredded fucking animal 7 months later? And the mindset behind actually waking up at 5 in the morning and training like you enjoy it, not that it's a chore or a force.
It's a lifestyle. It was the realization of where I currently was at the time. It wasn't a good state. I was overweight. People don't understand it has nothing to do with the silhouette of the body. It has to do with what does that silhouette represent? Because a lot of silhouettes that tend to be overweight represent metabolic syndrome, and that's something that is not healthy. And I realized, okay, if I'm feeling suicidal, if I'm feeling terrible, there might be something wrong with the way I'm feeding myself, nutrition, my brain. And yes, if there's inflammation in the brain, there's a lot of things that contributed to me not getting out of the rut. So the first thing I decided is like, you have to take action, and action in good habits create good results. That creates momentum. Momentum is that wind that creates that emotional state that you're looking for, that flow for you to get that motivation. And once you get that, you're unstoppable, especially if you have a community surrounding you, bro. And it's the realization of knowing things are only going to get harder. I see people at 50, 60, 70, 80, 50% of older people, if they fall, they have a high chance of breaking something. A collarbone.
You told me that.
Yeah. So the realization, seeing that, I'm like, that could happen to me. I have to make a change. I was like, okay, Nate, just man up, take action. And now looking back, I'm like, how was I in that state? And then I realized a lot of it was bad habits. I was looking for uphill results in being at the top of the mountain when I was literally rolling down because of my bad decisions at a conscious or subconscious level.
Desiring uphill results with downhill habits. Something that I recommend, because I see a lot of people, whether successful or unsuccessful, I see a lot of people in a state of unhappiness. I'm not saying that you have to be happy at all times of the day.
It's not possible.
I'm talking about a state of depression. You wake up, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you still don't feel good about yourself. You look at yourself and feel like you're a piece of shit. So what you need to do is you need to develop antidepressant behaviors. Things that are going to allow you to live in a state where you are accomplishing your fullest potential, living with purpose. People call it happiness. So what are those? Sunlight, get some sunlight, eat organic whole foods, drink clean spring water. Don't listen to music that is manipulating your emotions and your feelings. Don't spend time with relationships that are knocking you down and calling you a loser and desiring you to lose. Don't consume processed sugars. Don't be out here smoking weed 24/7, which is known to be a depressant. Have small goals that you know you can hit, like going to the gym. I don't care who you are, where you're from, unless you're paralyzed and you can't leave because nobody can push you. You have the ability to exercise. So you need to create antidepressant behaviors, because the reason you are where you are today is because of the decisions that you're making and the decisions that you've made. So if you want a different life, you need to make different decisions. There is nothing more beautiful than living with money and being happy. I didn't say money making you happy. I said living with money, because it's a relationship, and being happy. It's not that money creates happiness, is that you live in a state of bliss and that you get to enjoy the resource. I know so many people with money and their life is a mess. Their life is a disorder. Their life is chaos. They're not happy. There's people that have money that despise their money. You do not want to be that guy. Create antidepressant behaviors in your life, because you are in charge. The world is yours for the taking, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in you. We believe in you, and it's time to win.